So what do these flashlights have to do with this knife? Stay tuned to find out. Flashlight manufacturer OBuy started making kitchen knives, introducing the OreMake kitchen knife, Sheepdog Series 8-inch Kiritsuke knife. The first thing you'll notice is that the box keeps in tradition of OBuy's packaging. We've got a sleeve, a hinged lid with a magnetic flap to keep it closed. Inside you'll find soft foam at the top to protect it, an envelope with a polishing cloth, and a care and maintenance guide. The knife itself sits inside of a laser cut foam, features a G10 handle adorned with brass inlays, a polished rivet, a polished spine which is through tang, plastic blade guard featuring the OreMake logo, and then once removed, the blade itself. The blade has a Damascus pattern. It features the OreMake logo. It says Sheepdog Japanese TCO 69 Damascus, and then has the Sheepdog logo on the back. So after a week of use, a lot of people are going to wonder about a few things. Is it still sharp? How did the edge hold up? How did it feel? Was it balanced? Did it do everything I needed it to? I would say it did everything I needed it to. There were some hang-ups, and I feel there's room for improvement, but I feel that this overall is a good product. So let's talk about sharpness. Sharpness, I gotta give it a 5 out of 5. It's a very sharp knife. As far as edge durability, I gotta give it a 5 out of 5. I sliced, chopped, I smashed garlic, I cut carrots and rutabaga and watermelon and vegetables, and I sliced chicken and sushi and a bunch of other different things, and it's still sharp. And how sharp, you ask? I know everybody thinks that paper is the ultimate measure of sharpness, but it's without any effort. Still sharp. What I don't like is me nitpicking. This logo here is kind of rough, and I found that when you're cutting things, especially like proteins, they kind of catch on this logo. There's definitely friction. The raised logo is caused by the process in which it's put on. The logo is put on with a YAG laser or a fiber laser. What happens there is the logo area is superheated by the laser, and when it's done, it creates a oxidized portion of the metal that shows the logo. Now you'll see that the logo actually is not as dark as it was when I first got it. Now, it might be a little difficult, but you'll see in the sheepdog area and the M and A here where that oxidation might be wearing off, and maybe over time it'll smooth out a little bit. But what could fix that is a different setting in the laser to anneal it. Annealing it would keep it smooth without making the metal raised. What that does is it does change the temper only where this is. Another thing that I disliked was when I was cutting sushi, it kind of hung up on the sushi. Now, when cutting sushi, typically you use a single bevel knife that is 15 degrees total versus 26 degrees, so that's not really fair. This is a chef's knife, it's not a sushi knife. I did drop it once. When I dropped it, it actually landed here. And you might be able to see there is now a little bit of a ding right here where the tanto starts to form. And I'll probably just file that down and polish it out. But how did I like using it? Well, I found it to be very well balanced, with the balance point being at the rivet. I found it to be very grippy. While the G10 handle is smooth, it's got good feel. It's got good grip. It's nice and wide, so if you've got bigger hands, it's more comfortable to hold. And when it got wet, it held better. So would I recommend the knife? Yes, I'd recommend it. I think at $99, it's a good entry point into a quality knife for a home chef. It seems to be a quality steel. I've dropped it. It survived. It landed on hard porcelain tile. It's comfortable. It's well balanced. It's a really good slicer. It does vegetables really well. It does fruits really well. I would give it a 3.5 out of 5 on carving, but it's not a carving knife. It's a chef's knife. Its main purpose is to prepare. When dealing with chicken and steak and shrimp and other proteins, I found it had no problem before it was cooked, but once it was cooked, there was more friction and it just didn't perform as well. For those, go with a carving knife, but it'll do the job. It just isn't designed for that. OreMake does have a second kitchen knife, and I believe it's a 7-inch, and it has more of a sheep's foot at the tip. So I would actually like to try that knife and see how it is. Until next time, stay sharp.